I paid for alligators, I got alligators. Crawl is a sort of a cross between a two-character, one-room play, a disaster movie, and an old dark house thriller where two people with shit they need to work out get stuck in a place because of circumstances beyond their control, but maybe not really, and are forced to work said shit out in order to get out of said place, is retrofitted into a monster movie by having the place be the slowly flooding crawl space under a home in rural Florida during a hurricane and adding the additional X factor of big-ass hungry alligators. That's it. That's the movie. Kaya Scodelario is a young swimming champ frustrated by her parents' recent divorce who returns to her Florida hometown to make sure her stubborn dad, played by Barry Pepper, has actually followed evacuation orders during a hurricane, suspecting that he's returned to their supposedly vacated former family home for reasons you've already figured out, and also for plot symbolism. She discovers that he's become trapped in the lower crawl space by an ever-increasing pack of storm-displaced monster alligators and is soon sucked down there with him. Together they'll have to negotiate a shrinking amount of space, tend wounds, make up makeshift weapons, deal with lost blood and possibly limbs, and in general claw their way to freedom before one or another of the natural disasters that have been unleashed does them in, and if any of all of that mutually reliant survivalism can serve as metaphorical therapy for airing their respective grievances and getting over their familial rift, well, hey, that's nice too. A movie like this is all about its set pieces, of course, and director Alexandre Aja, having proven himself as both the serious version of this material in High Tension and The Hills Have Eyes remake and the funny version in the Piranha remake, here adapts ably to the in-between version, serving up a straight-faced formula monster flick that delivers the expected beats to satisfying intent without branching into comedy or Sharknado-style meta-irony. There's no feigning at false drama or unnecessary leaps of movie logic. Just how many different ways can we throw alligators at these people for 90 minutes? There's both a temptation and plenty of room to view it in terms of a climate change-era answer to Jaws, with familial reconciliation and insurgent natural forces swapped out for random attacks and class-conscious small-town politics, but if Crawl has bigger things on its mind beyond the basic sweep of Scodelario's character getting back to the confidence of winning swimming meets against humans by having to outswim alligators, it's playing a distant second to figuring out how to restage the dad and daughter fight the bad guy in her childhood bedroom scene from Red Eye with alligators, instead of Cillian Murphy. Do people remember that movie? That was a good movie. This is a lean, no bullshit, no padding piece of genre filmmaking in any case, which is partly why this is a lean, no frills, kind of shorter side review. It's all about the pieces and the moving parts, and it's all staged effectively in balance between a grimy, realistic, waterlogged atmosphere and enough artfully composed uses of space to keep things looking probably more interesting than this part of Florida in the rain generally looks, I would imagine. And the casting turns out to be very strong, and that Scodelario has a solid, steely resolved presence, and Barry Pepper is very well cast as a divorced guy who probably would decide to do home repairs in a hurricane. Ultimately, unless you're making unreasonable demands of your killer alligator movie, Crawl delivers exactly what it's supposed to deliver in terms of bloody kills, solid effects, convincingly tense performances, and fraught last-minute escapes. 7 out of 10, I enjoyed it, and I plan to also enjoy between 5 and 7 direct-to-Redbox sequels of varying quality over the next few years.